Hello and welcome back to Live with Sarah Yunus. Today we have a guest who's turned the art of storytelling into an emotional experience through her handcrafted gifts, art and design. She's from Gorakhpur to the world where she's built this brand called as Rainvas. So it's all deeply rooted in Indian culture and her soul-led creativity. So let's welcome the incredibly inspiring and self-taught artist and the founder, Kalyani. Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Kalyani.
Hi.
Welcome to my channel. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, thank you so much. So let's jump in. How did you start this, Rain? Was straight out of school, no formal business backgrounds. So what gave you the courage to take up the leap?
Sure. So I think I was around 18 or 19 years old when I started it.
Okay.
However, yes, definitely there was no background
Yeah.
or there was nobody to look up to who I can ask and take guidance from.
Mm-hmm.
But I think back then it was not about like business or something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I knew that I'm an artist. I knew that I had a talent, and I just wanted to show that to the world. Later
Okay.
on, someone came up to me and they suggested that they wanted to pay for it. That's
Acha.
when the idea came to me that okay, this can be something that I can turn into a career. So
Okay.
yes, that's where it came from.
That's nice. So it's been how long have you started Rain was?
I think if we take that period in when I was just posting content, then
Hmm.
it's been 6 years so far.
Okay.
Yeah. And last year I got full time into it with getting everything registered and,
Mm-hmm.
officially having everything to serve on the menu. So,
Okay.
yeah.
That's nice. So your work blends with Indian culture with emotional storytelling. So how do you bring such depth and meaning into your products? I just found your products really interesting. I went through your website and all that. So how do you manage to do that?
Storytelling is something that I usually get a lot of admiration for. I
Mm-hmm.
think that came from the idea that when I was starting out, when I was
Mm-hmm.
just creating for myself as an
Okay.
artist. Well,
Mm-hmm.
back then I used to create these things and very thoughtful gifts for people
Mm-hmm.
around me, so my friends and other people. Uh,
Okay.
that's where this thing came into me from. That
Mm-hmm.
something more emotionally driven
Yeah,
could
correct.
create a better impact. So I don't like believe in buying something off the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
I think and I feel that it should be something that should be created for you. You,
Great. Mm.
I try to give that power to the customers that come to me, that you get to create what you buy
Mm.
and you get to be involved in the process of the whole creation. So we are not like selling or making products. We are trying to
Okay.
create experiences for people.
Yeah, that's right. You know, they have a memory builds up with whatever gifting solutions they take from you, and that's very important.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Basically, you're making memories for them.
Yeah, I usually spend a lot of time talking to people before I
Mm-hmm.
actually start creating the product for them.
Okay.
So, yes.
So majorly everything of your gifting is into customization itself. Nothing like I think there are few products which are ready to pick also, right?
Yeah, there are for those who are like last minute gifting people, people
Hmm.
who don't know ki, oh,
Correct.
I just forgot their birthday
Hmm.
or I just forgot their anniversary. Do you have something just to go? So, yeah, we keep those kind of options too.
Those kinds of options. That's nice actually. We're having something ready to pick because sometimes it happens it's an emergency kind of thing. Or maybe they
Yeah,
just come across your brand and immediately want to pick up something from you. So definitely having that option is really good.
yes,
Also they get
yes.
an hands-on experience on the product quality you're giving, on the design you're giving and all that.
Mm, yeah.
So, what are the some early struggles of building a brand because you come from the small town? So, how did you
Mhm.
overcome all this?
I think haven't really overcome everything. Still,
Okay.
it's
Okay.
still there, and I think some of
Okay.
it will always be there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yes, I had like little guidance, I would say, from people around me. I started
Mm-hmm.
joining a lot of online communities. Uh, I would speak to people who were living outside,
Okay.
and I have created like sort of partnerships with people. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean that is very important. In fact, in any
Yes.
business, it's
Correct.
important that you talk to people, you tell them about
Yes.
you, and you discuss your problems. So
Correct.
that is something that I did too. And right
Mm.
now I have partners. There's a like trustworthy partners. I have somebody in Gujarat, I have someone in Delhi, then there's
Okay.
someone in Punjab. So, you know, I have
Okay.
created sort of a trail for myself, a network for
Great.
myself where I
Okay.
don't actually have to be there, but
Mm.
still get the resources, get my hands
Mm-hmm.
on the resources that are available outside of my network. So
Okay.
that is something I did
Mm-hmm.
to overcome this challenge of living in a place where there are
Yeah.
not many resources over here, and there are
Correct.
not many, I would say, professional groups or professional circles either over here.
Mm.
So online is something that I completely depend on.
Yeah, that's good. Actually, technology has come up so way that I think location doesn't matter until and unless you have that ability or you want to do something. When you have that will of doing it, of course, technology has given you a lot of things which you can utilize and do it. But generally, Kalyani, what do you think? Suppose if you were not in a small town, if you were in a metro
Mhm.
city, what do you
Mhm.
think? What would have been the difference? Anything which you can highlight?
Sure. Um, so I actually would share this with an experience. So that was my
Mhm.
first time when I went out of my city
Okay.
on my own.
Hmm.
This was back in 2023. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So uh, I got the opportunity to work um, in a brand, in a company in Chandigarh, and that
Okay.
was the first time I went out.
Hmm.
The first time I went out on my own, I would say. Um,
Okay.
and over there, when I went, I found a different version of myself. I was able to explore a different version of myself.
Hmm.
I met all these people, all these women who were just like me, who
Hmm.
came from different cities
Okay.
and who were also exploring themselves. And
Hmm.
there, you know, I realized something that I, what if I had gotten this a little bit earlier in my life? Imagine where I would be right now.
Yes.
Because it
Hmm.
was so inspiring. It was really
Hmm.
inspiring meeting all these women, all these girls, uh, everybody writing their own stories.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that created an impact. Now I try my best to go out as much as possible, especially
Okay.
travel to different cities, the bigger cities.
Yes.
And
Hmm.
whenever I'm traveling there, I ensure that I take a plan with me, like
Hmm.
meet people, as many people
Correct.
as I can, and try
Hmm.
to gain whatever 3 or 4 days I spend there. Uh,
Hmm.
Whatever resources I can find over there, whatever people I can talk to, whatever I can
Hmm.
gain. So, yes, I do feel sometimes that if I would be living in a bigger city, maybe I
Bigger
would
city.
have
Yeah.
gotten um,
The
more
exposure would have been
exposure.
different.
Yes, yes, the exposure would have been different. But again, I cannot just sit with that. If I,
Correct.
yeah, if whatever I have gotten, I
Hmm.
have to make the best out of it. So now I
Correct.
just plan it like I travel to bigger cities sometimes just to
Okay.
gain the exposure that I'm looking for.
That is great. That is great. So, what are your plans now? Where do you plan to take Rainvas? Like, what are, is there any new thing, new project coming up, or something new which you feel you want our viewers to know about Rainvas?
Sure. Right now, well, we are restructuring everything. So
Okay.
I don't have a co-founder or something, and you
Mm.
already know that I don't come from a background of business either.
Yes.
So, well, I found someone, luckily,
Mm.
who is
Okay.
guiding me on this journey.
Great.
So, well, we are restructuring everything, and what I have done, what I have
Mm.
learned and done something
Mm.
is that I have removed everything that I think does not matches my vibe or what I do
Okay.
or my vision. So
Okay.
now we are completely sticking to art. You know,
Okay.
we have plenty of artists
Mm-hmm.
with us as
Okay.
partners, and we are creating more practical art, which
Mm-hmm.
can be either gifted or can be decorated or
Mm-hmm.
worn, like we are doing art jewelry,
Mm-hmm.
or consumed. So yeah, we are
Okay.
completely shifting our focus towards making art more practical and more involved in everybody's lives. So that is
Okay.
something that I'm really really excited for.
So you do customized music also as well?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we do
because I
that.
saw that in your website. So tell us
Yeah.
a little more about that. How does that work?
Well, people come to us and they give us their stories. To help them
Okay.
out, we formulate them in a set of questions, that these are the questions that you can answer. Because
Okay.
people come to us very confused. You have no idea how
Yeah.
confused people are. Okay.
Right.
So they
Mm.
come to us very confused, asking exactly what do I do. So what
Okay.
we do to simplify that is that we give them a set of questions. Answer these questions for us. We will
Okay.
do the rest. So
Okay.
they give us their complete story, the people that they
Mm.
want to give the song to, the vocals
Okay.
that they need, what is the
Mm.
language they need, and
Okay.
then that goes into lyrics writing, and then it goes into composition, and then it goes into a complete song. So
Okay.
that's how the whole song making works.
Works. Okay. So that's a
Yeah.
nice vertical which you have added in,
Yeah, yeah. It's a different kind of art, but it's art again. And
again.
why
Correct.
should you dedicate an Arijit Singh song when you can have your own song?
Own
So,
song. Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. So you are quite creative, and a lot of creative mind keeps running on with this all ideas and all that.
yeah, yeah. That's
That's
my
great.
strength.
Yes. So, of course, as you have mentioned that your family doesn't come from a business background, but there should be someone in your family who's from the creative mind, because I think it might be someone from your genes that you have got this.
Yeah, I think my grandmother,
Great. Because from
yeah,
somewhere
she,
this has to, get developed in us. Somewhere there is
yes,
a story behind whatever we do and all that.
yes, definitely. So I think
Correct.
that should be my grandmother because she was an artist.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. So you have been inherited from her
Hmm.
thing.
Yeah.
That's nice. So what advice do you have for this, young creators who want to build a purpose-led brand but don't know where to start? What would you advise them? Because you have started in a very early age and you have come up to this stage, and you're learning every day. You're building up every one stage. Of course,
Hmm.
yes, technology is helping you, and now it's a nice impact that you have got a co-founder where you're revamping everything. So you have seen a lot of ups and downs, and you're still having that rough roads, smooth roads on the way. So in this stage, what advice do you have for the young creators?
Advice. Okay. So one advice would be, and this is something that comes from the experience.
Mm,
Everybody, most of the people that I talk to now
mm,
who come to me for advice are like, I am looking for help. So they keep sort of limiting themselves. So like for example, the other day I was in a call with someone and she was looking for some advice from me, and she was like, Kalyani, you are able to do this because you have help from this so and so person. No.
correct.
When you are in business, you are 99% on your own. Okay, you're
Yes.
doing it on your own, and
Right.
you're making mistakes, and you're learning, you're losing time, you're losing money, you're losing your energy.
Mm,
Everybody out there who is in entrepreneurship is doing it on their own. So
Yes.
First is to shift that mindset that I need someone. If I
Hmm.
don't have someone with me as a partner, I
I
don't
cannot
think
do
I'll
this.
be able to do it. Yeah.
Hmm.
So just jot down your plans. Like what I have done recently is that because everybody has like limited resources, limited energy, and limited money. So
Yes.
do a SWOT analysis of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
find out the things that you're good at. So I am good at creativity. I
Hmm.
know that's my biggest strength. But what are
Mm-hmm.
the things that I'm not good at? So
Hmm.
if I'm not good, like I'm not good with numbers. I hate
Okay.
numbers. When I have to work with numbers, I just hate it.
Okay.
So I found someone who can work with numbers.
Okay.
Okay. And then social media was taking a lot of my part, my
Yeah.
energy. So I found someone who was also good at social media. So I can
Hmm.
outsource it to them. So just
Right.
try to keep your strengths,
Hmm.
uh, your main focus,
Correct.
and you can find out the things that you are weakest at, not weaker
Hmm.
but weakest at, so you can save money when you are outsourcing those things. So that way you
Correct.
can just create a balance.
Mm-hmm.
And also, um the first thing that I mentioned, that stop looking for a partner. You have to
Yes.
do it yourself. Nobody
Right.
is going to do it for you, so just start.
Hmm.
You may lose your mind at times, but it's
Correct.
okay. Just start, just do it.
Hmm.
Do it on your own, do it alone. You will find the strength in doing things alone.
Absolutely. Becoming an entrepreneur is not an easy journey, so we have
Yes.
to be ready for it. It's not like a 9 to 5 job. You just do
Mm-hmm.
your job and you're just over. Here it's there's no timing, first of all. You are just working day and night without any timing, without any day off. You don't see Sunday, you don't see Monday. It just
Yeah.
keep going on. So I think that energy, the thing should be there. And I think that main thing is we only have to keep ourselves motivated. We cannot expect anybody else to motivate us.
Mm-hmm.
If we are
Definitely.
not motivated, and it is really not this thing. So Kalyani, do you give any are you open to have our partner or collaborate with more artists in your brand? How is it? Do you want to pass any message to these young creators who are watching our videos, and if they are into any of this kind of art, so are you open to collaborate with them and make them join in your team?
Yeah, definitely. However, I am very picky about what kind of art they're creating. So
Okay.
I respect all kinds of arts,
Mm-hmm.
and we have different kinds of artists in the team. However,
Mm-hmm.
when you are in business, you
Yes.
actually look at the practical side of it. Is this
Correct.
something that can be scaled? Is this
Yes.
something that can be sold? And there are multiple factors involved, like how much time is it going to take for you to create it, how we are going to ship this to somebody in India or outside India. So a lot of things are on stake. But yes,
Correct.
I'm open to collaborating with more artists.
More artists, yeah. Because the more the merrier, na? We don't know which artist has what talent. Everyone has their own
Yeah,
talents and all that stuff.
yeah, definitely.
So you by yourself also create this kinds of artists. Like, what is your specialty in?
Well, I have found my specialty in
Mhm.
creating sculptures and miniatures.
Okay.
So, yeah, I first started creating little miniatures, but over the
Mhm.
time, my customers come up with so many challenging ideas for me. They're
Okay.
like,
Mm.
they are very picky that this is how I want a particular flower to look, or a
Mm.
particular face to look.
Okay.
Uh, Somebody recently came to me. She
Mm.
wanted her miniatures inside a cup.
Okay.
She was very specific that I want them inside a cup. And I was like, first, when I looked at it, I
Mm.
thought, okay, how am I going to create it in a cup?
Great. In
But
a
I
cup,
did.
yeah.
But
Mm.
I did. And now I have found out that I am a very good miniature artist. So I am now
That's,
shifting a little bit of
mm.
my focus towards creating a, whole theme around miniatures.
Okay.
So Yeah, well,
That's the most latest trend happening on Instagram. Na? The miniatures, people are really fond of it, and it's something in the trend these days. And what
yeah,
is in the trend on Instagram, it's everybody wants it.
yeah. So that's also the tricky part. I don't want to create what everybody else is creating. Like, I don't want to copy someone because then that
Correct.
wouldn't be my art.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to stick to something that I can do myself.
Okay. Hmm. You want to have something unique in your brand. That's a great thing because then only it'll highlight more, it'll show up more, and all that. Fair enough. It was really interesting to know about your brand, to know about what you're doing, and of course, you're trying to get art in a different form through music, through this miniatures, through the sculptures, and I think going forward you'll be coming up with more ways that people can see art, because art is not something many people, when you say art now, they only one thing comes to their mind is paintings, you know hand painting like
Yes.
Picasso, this, that, and all that. But actually art has a lot meaning. There are many
Hmm.
things which are connected with the word art. Has You have got music also in your this thing. So music is also a kind of art, dance is also a kind of art. So a lot of things do come in art. So I'm sure that you would bring a different impact on people to see what art is, experience them in a new way. So
Yeah.
anything, last few words would you like to tell before you leave us?
Last few words would be, well, if you're an artist and
Mhm.
if you feel like people are not admiring what you're creating, you
Mhm.
just be your own admirer for a little while, keep some
Yeah.
patience, and try to evolve your art into something. If you want to commercialize
Mhm.
it, just try to evolve it into something that people can actually use,
Yes.
or something that would make their space a little better.
Mhm.
They can keep it as a keepsake or something.
Hmm.
Not everything can be sold. So I
Yes.
have also learned that the hard way, that I don't
Mhm.
get so emotionally attached to something, especially a product. If you are calling your art a product, now you have to actually make it that practical. So
Correct.
yes, those would be my last words for any artist who might be watching.
Thank you so much. So thank you so much, for joining us today and for opening your heart to share your incredible journey. You have shown us that you don't need a business degree or a metro city zip code to build something truly impactful. So just belief, creativity, and a whole lot of heart is what you have put in your venture. And this is what I want my viewers, that to understand the concept that business is not about metro cities or about big degrees. It's about the self knowledge what you have. It's about using your own talent which you have inside you, which you are using. So thank you once again. I wish you all the best for Rainvas, and looking forward for many more new things coming up on your way, and wish you all the success. Thank you once
Thank you
again.
so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. It was my pleasure to have you. Take care.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. So, to your viewers, I think if today's chat moved you, don't forget to explore her beautiful world at Rainvas and follow along for more inspiring stories on Live with Sarah Yunus channel. We have one more very inspiring guest coming tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So until next time, keep dreaming, keep creating, and keep showing up. And don't forget, if you want to share your story on my channel, I have shared you my contact details in the descriptions. Do connect with me. I'm looking forward to hear your stories, to explore them, to understand them, to show it to the world in a new way. So till then, until then, take care. Bye from Sarah.